Before any Moira simps pop up in my comment section saying, actually, Moira is perfectly balanced and doesn't need any fixing, I know. Nigga. I'm not saying that Moira is overpowered or underpowered. This video is merely an idea that I had, sort of like Isaac Newton getting hit on the head with an apple, except the apple was melatonin. One design gripe that I've always had with Overwatch has to be Moira. Design-wise, she's actually pretty cool, but as soon as you pick her on the hero select screen, all of the dopamine vanishes from your head. It really makes me wonder why I see her in quick play matches every day, because the last time I checked, the point of quick play was to have fun. After careful consideration, I realized that the only way I'm ever gonna like her playstyle of waiting for somebody to enter her FOV and then locking onto them like a turret is by editing her 3D model to give her a massive ass, or by giving her a rework that allows her to actually push the dopamine buttons in my head. And I gave up trying to figure out how Blender works a month ago, so currently Moira's main gameplay loop revolves around balancing her healing and damage to make sure she always has resources available for her team. Her lock-on secondary fire makes her very good at pressuring characters who rely on acrobatics for survivability, such as Genji or Mercy. Her orbs allow her to stockpile life force in the middle of a fight by damaging enemies, or evenly disperse her healing amongst herself and her allies if need be. Moira's Fade can be used to chase low health enemies or retreat from sticky situations, mostly the latter, provided the enemies can't see where you're fading to. And finally, her ultimate is great for funneling a ton of healing and damage in a straight line, so efficient that you really don't need to worry about screwing up with it. No matter who you point it at, you'll get value. In fact, that's my main problem with her entire kit. It kind of feels like it's been rounded off and covered in bubble wrap like the edges of a baby's crib. So let's change that. First, her lock-on secondary fire. Actually, it's not a lock-on. In reality, it's a beam weapon like As I was saying, Moira's secondary fire. Here's what I'm thinking. Moira has some long-ass nails, right? Really sharp. Almost claw-like. Moira's new primary fire will be her claws. Oh yeah, I'm switching the primary and secondary fire because damage being in the secondary slot never really made sense to me. Moira will have claws, and every press of the primary fire button will swing them in a 2-hit combo, sort of like Black Panther's claws in Marvel Rivals. Just like when using her beam, every hit will siphon health from her target to be used by her healing spray ability, which, for the record, will remain unchanged. Now, we need to give Moira some of that survivability back, especially if she's going to be slicing and dicing, so we'll be augmenting her Fade ability as well. Now her Fade will last longer, allowing her to move farther and higher, and it'll grant her a small amount of overhealth when she emerges. Oh, and why don't we just make it so it resets its cooldown whenever she gets a kill? That sounds fun. But this might not be enough, you know? After all, she's going to be right in her opponent's face. I don't know about you, but the last time I checked, gun beats knife every time. So for Moira's final augment, we will be introducing her lock-on beam. If you played as the Ion Titan in Titanfall 2, you'll probably pick up what I'm about to put down. Instead of a prolonged beam that siphons health over like millennia, just sitting there like Moira will have 2 charges for her beam. When activated, Moira will siphon a small portion of health from her enemy directly into her own health bar. Overall, this new ability will serve 2 functions: a holy shit I'm about to die button, and more importantly, a way of siphoning extra health resources to heal her team. And finally, Moira's orbs. Nothing about these orbs need to be changed in order to fit this new kit that I've cooked up, so I'm leaving them as is. Plus, I think it's hilarious when a random Moira orb comes out of nowhere and stalks you in the enemy backline, so yeah, we're leaving that one. And there you have it. So, quick recap for anybody who might have been edging to my voice instead of paying attention. Primary fire, biotic slash. Swipe and claw through your enemies to regain biotic energy. Fade cooldown resets on kill. Secondary fire, healing mist, unchanged. Biotic orb, unchanged. Fade, cooldown increased, but remember you get a reset every time you get a kill. A movement speed bonus increased, and now grants additional overhealth upon emerging. And finally, her new ability, Charged Biotic Grasp. Lock onto a target for a brief period to extract their life force, regenerate 30% of your biotic energy per charge, and to finish off low HP targets. And her ultimate will remain unchanged. Did I cook with this one? What's something that you'd want me to change? Would you play this version of Moira? Should Blizzard be obligated to give me $1,000 if they just so happen to stumble upon this idea? Should garbage truck drivers drive electric trucks so that they don't fuck up my recording? Leave it in the comments. Special thanks to all the channel members past and present. My socials are in the description, the Discord is open, and yeah, that's all. See ya.
This a 2G Glock. On the phone finna catch this 2G pop. I'm on tour pouring up every pit stop. Nigga rich for this chain, get shit pop.